New at 10 tonight, a cleanup is underway at the site of an old restaurant in Door County. Now a nature preserve, a grant will help pay for the cleanup of a site once soaked in pollution from decades of fish boils. NBC 26's Billy Wagnes brings us this story from Bailey's Harbor.
The new Cook Albert Fuller Center in Bailey's Harbor is the front door to 1,600 acres and 5 miles of trails, preserving dozens of ancient ridges, once the shorelines of a receding Lake Michigan, each with a unique ecosystem.
In a couple hours, you can see a lot of different stuff. You have to preserve everything like this. I mean, if people like this don't do it, who's going to do it for sure?
The new $3.5 million center sits on the site of an old restaurant famous for another experience held dear in Door County, the outdoor fish boil. A boil master typically uses kerosene to stoke the flame, but not all of the fuel would burn up.
In fact, a lot of it, majority of it, soaks down into the ground.
And eventually into the lake just yards away. Ridges Sanctuary Executive Director Steve Leonard says they've spent the past 2 years cleaning up 800 tons of soil contaminated with kerosene by simply adding compost to it.
And so we didn't have to haul the contaminated soil off site. It became part of our whole site plan itself.
Now Leonard says Fund for Lake Michigan grant money is helping return the site to its original form and purpose.
Native vegetation, plant it with cedars, and start to restore that whole ridge.
The grant is also helping the sanctuary fund its rain gardens, which are filtering rain runoff and all sorts of pollution before it eventually makes its way into Lake Michigan.
And as long as we can filter the water before it hits Lake Michigan or the groundwater, it's a win-win for everybody.
Efforts that could help shape other cleanup efforts along the shores of Lake Michigan. In Bailey's Harbor, Billy Wagnes, NBC 26.
Now the $75,000 grant is part of a $2 million fund to clean up and restore areas near the Lake Michigan shoreline.